Hi guys, I'm Andy and welcome back to Backpacking UK. If hiking, backpacking and wild camping are your thing, please hit that subscribe button because that's what this channel's all about. Right, really excited today because I'm going to be reviewing my Vango Banshee 200 tent. Now this is a legendary tent, this one, and I was lucky enough to get one, albeit I did panic buy because I heard they were going to discontinue this Vango Banshee tent. Luckily, since then they haven't, but I've ended up with one. Now these retail at £155, but I got one in the sale for just £100. It's an absolute bargain. Now, out of all the tents I've had, believe it or not, this is one of the best thought out tents I've ever had. Just everything makes sense. Everything's in the right places. Everything's just right. Now, this is a Duke of Edinburgh approved tent. So it's a DofE approved tent. You'll be able to see why in a minute. It's a fantastic tent. It weighs 2.4 kilos and that's all in with everything, with all the accessories as well. In its packed form, albeit this is badly packed, it's 46 centimetres by 16 centimetres. So it is a true backpacking tent. Now some of you might be thinking 2.4 kilos, that's a little bit heavy for a two-person tent. But let me tell you this is stormproof, this is. It's got a 70D fly and a 70D ground sheet as well. So it's really, really thick, really durable, just withstand all sorts of conditions. The bathtub floor has got a 6,000 hydrostatic head rating, which basically means really, really waterproof. And the fly's got 3,000. So again, even if it's storms, heavy rain, this Vango Banshee tent is going to keep you nice and dry. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get this Vango Banshee 200 tent out to show you what you get, and then we're going to get it pitched. I'll show you inside and out. So this is what you get in the Vango Banshee 200 tent bag. Notice it's one of these fast pack bags, which I absolutely love. So when you're packing your tent away, you don't need to worry too much about it being really small because it's an oversized bag, and then you can just pull it tightly together afterwards. It's got the instructions, as always with all my tents. I try and keep the tags on, so if you have any questions I can answer them. So if you do, stick them in the comments and I'll get back to you. Now the Vango Banshee tent pitches inner and outer in one, so it's really good if you're having to pitch up in the rain, the inner's not going to get wet. Then you've got the tent poles. Now this is a tunnel tent, but it uses two tent poles, a big one at the back, a smaller one at the front. They're really nice alloy tent poles, colour coordinated as well. Then you've got lots and lots and lots and lots of these alloy tent pegs. They're really nice, right size too. And then you also get a repair kit for your tent too, and it's got a little square of every fabric in this Vango Banshee tent. So let's get this tent pitched. Right, so let's get this two-person tent pitched. First of all, just going to spread out the inner and the outer for where I want to pitch my tent. Right, so I've got blue poles at the back, brown poles at the front. It's actually really nice, good quality poles. So these tent poles are pre-angled, so you get a really nice shape to this tent. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to feed both poles through the tent first. Small one at the front. Straight away, compared to other tents, it's got really thick fabric, really thick, really durable, and that's why people love these tents so much, because they're just so well built. So that is both tent poles in. Now I need to start pegging out this Vango Banshee. So that's the main tent setup now. Now to get these guy ropes out and let's really strap this tent down. So this is the Vango Banshee 200 tent pitched. Let's have a look around. So let me show you around this Vango tent. So these are the guy ropes at the front. You've got them one either side. You've also got these little adjusters absolutely everywhere. So you really can pitch this tent really, really well. And yes, it does weigh 2.4 kilos, but I don't mind if you're getting something for that. That's a vent there that stays open at the bottom. The guys on the side, absolutely perfect. This is what I'm saying, it's well thought out, just in the right place. You got 2 points into one. This tent, I'm telling you, it's not going to go anywhere. So you've got another vent there. You've got another vent the other side too. Like I said, loads of adjustment there, even at the back. It's also got another guy point at the back, which means this tent's just really nice and tall all over. As you can see, you've got the poles and you've also got the clips too. Now, it is a budget tent, so it's not absolutely perfect. Now, what I would say is these tent poles are a little bit thin, to be honest, and just little things like this, the clips aren't that good at fitting, but these are like niggly little issues I have with the tent really, because on the whole it's absolutely brilliant. So let's get these doors open and let's take a look inside this 2-person Vango tent. So here you have the Vango tent with its doors open. As you can see, this side has an opening door both inside and out, but no vestibule. And on the other side you've got another door inside and out, but this time you've got a really useful vestibule. So it's up to you. You can either stow your backpacks down there, or you could use this vestibule area to do your cooking in. So let's take a look inside this Vango Banshee tent. So let's have a look inside this tent. So you've got 2 pockets over there at that side. On this side, you've got another 2 pockets, but the internal door just stashes in one of the pockets. You've got ventilation at the back, and you've also got a bit of mesh at the front where you've got that vent outside the tent. That is the other door, and then up here you've got somewhere to put your lantern. Now it's supposed to be 225 centimetres long by 120 centimetres wide at its widest point by 90 centimetres high. Now, I don't believe that, especially the height, absolutely. I mean, I'm only 5'8", 172 centimetres, and my head is really, really pressing up against the ceiling. The 90 centimetres must be to the top of the tent, because it's certainly not 90 centimetres inside the tent. The width, 120, I'd say that's about right. Again, 225 centimetres long. The main problem is the front tilts in a bit, but the back tilts in a lot. So if you're a tall person inside this Banshee tent, the fly inner, especially by the time you're lying on your mat, is really going to be close to your face. So it's a great tent. It's an absolutely brilliant tent. It's been tried and tested in all conditions. It's really, really well made, really well thought out. It's got a ton of features. Like I said, it's 2.4 kilos. You know, it's a reasonable weight, but I feel you're getting a lot for that weight loading. So that's really good. Now, is it a two-person tent? You've got to be really friendly to use this as a two-person tent. You'd have to fit in here diagonally, and you would be really, really close to one another. So what I would say is it makes a cracking one-person tent, definitely. Or, you know, if you've got a younger son or daughter or dog, absolutely perfect. But if you're looking to use the Banshee tent for two people, there's a 300 version. Now, for two people, 100% buy that tent, and it's also got a higher internal tent height as well. So for two people, I'd really, really recommend the Banshee 300. So, what's my final thoughts? Now, it is an awesome tent, but it is quite a small tent, as in the tent height. Now, it's also worth mentioning the Banshee has this internal fixing system here as well. So you've got a strap either side, and I should also say you've got a little pocket in each corner up high too. So it's perfect for your mobile phones or head torches. But anyway, hopefully you've enjoyed this Vango Banshee tent review. I think it's a cracking tent, really well thought out. I just wish the height of the tent was that little bit higher, would make such a difference. But £155 RRP, that's a lot of tent for your money. And I tell you what, if you can buy this tent for £100, that is an absolute bargain. I mean, for a budget tent to be this good, it's amazing. So if you haven't before, please check out my other videos, and hope to see you camping out there soon. Cheers.